Installing a fire extinguisher in our M2. Now this will be the same as a M3 or 4 as well, the F80 chassis, and probably the 2 Series and 3 and 4 Series. In all my cars, good to have. You never know when you're going to need it, whether for your car or somebody else's car might be on fire, you might be able to save their car. So yeah, just from the auto parts store, a fire extinguisher and mount. That's a 1 kilo one, so good size. Also required for some events here. Pretty easy. I'm just going to put it in lightly so that we can adjust and move it if need be to clear the seat, or if when you slide the seat forward and things like that. But not a hard job. So these brackets come with a little bit of hardware, just a little nut and bolt and washer. It's little stuff to make sure you don't drop it. And it's pretty easy. This just, you unbolt your front seat and the 2 bolts and put this in underneath the seat bracket. So not a hard job. Okay. Now, got to think about your orientation. So for us, we're a right-hand drive car. I'm going to reach over and grab it from the top and not have to take it up kind of backwards. So we'll have it, the top of the fire extinguisher facing the outside of the car. And grab some of our hardware here. I think I'm going to do it this way. So these brackets are pretty cool. They got a lot of room to move around if need be, which said we probably will have to. Okay, so it's loose enough that we can move it. Put the extinguisher in and see what we are like for range. Righto, good time to clean under your seat as well. So it is a T45 Torx. I'm just gonna break them loose, and then they're not very tight. With the bolts out, position this just underneath the slider. Go, and we'll just put the bolts in, but not going to torque them down. The torque settings on these bolts is 42 Newton meters when you go to reinstall. Might be a bit easier to get that out of the way for now. Okay, now we'll just, not going to torque them yet, but we're just going to tighten them so their rail's going to be clear to slide over it. don't know if we have to move it yet. Okay, put this back in. Now with the extinguisher installed, we'll flip the seat forward, see how much room we have. Now, of course, this is the really high position here, and it just catches on here. But with someone sitting in it normally, let's drop it down. That's kind of a normal seat height. There we go. Still got enough room for the kids to get in the back. I can probably rotate this a little bit. Yeah, plenty of room to still get in the back seat. So there we go. Now we'll torque them down. So I made a couple little adjustments, just basically moving the mount further over. So what it does now, when you lift up the seat adjustment, see that? It clears, just clears, but it clears. So that's going to be, that's about the range you need. Not too bad. And I just did that by loosening the bolts off, putting one bolt in, and then you've got room to move it around. So now I'll take it off, tighten it up on the bench, and reinstall it. But having that little bit of clearance, for that, it means you can get the seat quite a bit further forward. Otherwise, you'll be going further back. So if you need your back seats, yeah, just adjust to fit accordingly. So got our smaller torque wrench, 42 Newton meters. That's one. That's two. There we go. The now have a KAP Industries fire extinguisher mounted in our M2. So yeah, nice little, well, I guess it's a safety mod. With that slight adjustment so the handle clears, you get a lot more room to go forward. So that's plenty of room now for anyone to get in the back seat. It'll still bump it, but it is what it is. But that's as far as you're gonna go. And yeah, plenty of clearance, easy to access the handles. Same with the height one on this side. So not too hard to adjust and pretty quick to install. I mean, so that's less than 10 minutes, got it in there, adjusted, tightened down, torqued down. Like I said, 42 Newton meters on those bolts for the seat. BMW, I think, say they're actually a one-time use bolt, but if we're just taking it in and out like this, I think that's one-time use for if it's, they kind of apply that for if you're crashing. But yeah, for this instance, we'll just do it that way and take our chances, I suppose.